Alright, hello everyone, my name is Vodka and welcome to Darksiders II, the Deathinitive edition. Now, I love Darksiders II. I thought it was one of the best games out there. I even have a picture of death on tattoo of death on my left leg. No, right leg. And that tattoo was actually one of my best tattoos, but I had it done all in one session. And this is actually a game made by THQ back in the day, before they,
There can be no life without order. Good, evil, darkness, light. There must be balance in the universe. Such is the decree of the Charred Council, an ancient body charged by the Creator to preserve the very fabric of existence. But the balance has been broken. Even now, Earth smolders in ruin, fallen to the demon lords, and the Destroyer carves a new kingdom amongst his mighty chosen. Some say the Horseman War triggered the apocalypse, that he rode to Earth unbidden and doomed all of mankind. But what of the other horsemen, fearless enforcers of the Council's will? What of fury, strife, and death? To know those names, you must first know another. Nephilim, cursed union of angel and demon. The Nephilim took countless realms to the sword and burned them to ash. But 4 amongst them grew weary of the slaughter and feared their conquest would imperil the balance. And so a truce was made. The 4 would serve the Council in exchange for unimaginable power. Thus were the dreaded horsemen formed, and the riders' first task was to purge their own brethren from creation, to annihilate the Nephilim and destroy their souls. Let us now cast our gaze to one amongst the 4, not War, who lies chained at the Council's feet, professing his innocence, but one who would save his brother above all else. He has many names: Kinslayer, Executioner, Death.
Alright, like I said, I'm a big fan of this game, and I was kind of sad when THQ, went out of business, essentially.
Bargain for war's freedom. Death swore that he would resurrect humanity. But he knew not how this might be done. And so Death rode forth into the icy veil to find the Keeper of Secrets.
Again, this is one of my favorite games because, it's open world, kind of like the first one, but this one definitely gives you, more RPG elements to it, because you can customize your death to be like a bruiser with a warhammer or axe, or with any other weapons. And just because, the world that they create, and they actually announced that they are working on Darksiders III, when you actually play as Fury, the sister of the 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse, which I think is pretty cool. Here we go. And Death, he can't block, but he can dodge. And there's all kinds of dungeon raids that you can do in this game. So let's see, what did I get? I got a hammer. Some new boots. And I saw one over here. Wasn't there another one that I... Oh, there it is. An axe. So let's see. Oop, wrong one. See, this has up to 91 damage, so I'll equip the hammer. Plus, I love the design of Death. He's a badass. Plus, he's got a lot more maneuverability than War does. Because while War is like the bruiser of the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, like his speed is lacking. Go and pick up all these health potions. And this is one of these games where like you want to fight as many enemies as you can just for their loot. Because even though the loot may not all be good, you can always sell it. I have to get used to playing the game again. Because it's been years since I actually played it. Oh, there he goes. And all his sweet loot. And you actually have to build Death up in order to get like more powerful stuff and let him equip it. Where the hell do you think you're going? Let's get this guy out of here. Because I love customizing Death like this. And I wonder if they're going to do anything similar for when you get to play as Fury and Strife. Because that would be really cool. And later on in the game, you actually get to do like dungeon raids, which really require you to level Death up a lot. Because like their bosses, or mini bosses I should say, are really tough to do. Now up we go. See? Because Death is like the quick and nimble one, he can't really block any of these heavy attacks like War. Plus, his final form's so badass. Now we're gonna push this. Up we go. In a way, the way Death moves sort of reminds me of like the old Prince of Persia games. Maybe even like the newer one that came out a while ago, which they never really made a sequel to, which, you know, that game was pretty good.
Leave this place.
But I think I prefer the other ones like Prince of Persia, Scent of Time, Warrior Within. Those ones were a lot more compelling in a way. I always like to do like these combos because it's like, you know, I'm kind of weird in a way because it's like, you know, well, in a lot of ways. But whenever I do like combos in a video game like God of War or this, I always have to end on like an even number. It's a weird like tick, I know. Alright, go down here. Oh, shit. And plus you feel like a lot more agile with Death. World War, he moves really, really slow. Was there a chest around here, if I remember? Nope. See what I mean? He's so cool. Jump. Jump.
Voices. Always voices. Torment without end.
Keeper of secrets, I need your help.
I helped you once before, Horseman. Look at me now. How I cursed that day. How I curse you.
Careful, Crowfather. I'm not here to put you out of your misery. Not yet.
I know why you've come. Your brother, the one called War, he's been imprisoned by the Charred Council and awaits their judgment. For dooming the Earth. For mankind's extinction. Why should I care about your brother's fate?
Because you know the truth. Your secrets can save him.
The Council will condemn War. Strip him of power, let him rot in oblivion. To hide the truth. My secrets cannot prove his innocence, horseman.
No, but they can help me to erase the crime.
Bring mankind back from extinction. Madness.
If it's madness, then who better to show me the way?
Should a way exist, you will find it here.
The Tree of Life. Let me pass.
Not yet. That which you gave me, you will take it back.
In exchange for its secrets, you agreed to keep the amulet.
No. The voices, they curse and threaten without end. They cry to return. You must destroy it!
I cannot.
You annihilated their flesh. Why do you guard their souls?
Open the portal.
You will not pass while I live.
So be it.
Here your brethren are trapped in eternal torment. Do you wish to join them? And what of war? Would you kill your brother to save your precious balance?
He is innocent.
Are you so certain?
And I like the real gritty look of each horseman. And I like how they include all of War's powers from the first game. Boom. Just a couple more hits.
Open the portal. Your secrets die with you, old fool.
My secrets, but not yours.
Alright. Now we start getting into the real meat of the story and the worlds. Because it's not just one world, if I remember right. You actually go to 3.
The uncountable worlds of our universe swirl in an endless abyss. Many worlds ravaged by time or conflict are swallowed by the abyss, returned to the nothingness from which they were formed. But others linger for eternity on the brink of annihilation, that creation might be balanced with destruction. And in the final moment of battle, death was banished to one such world in the autumn of its life, yet not far from the edge of darkness. Had death been sent to his doom, that answer would be found in the horseman's future and in his past.
Be still, horseman. You are wounded.
Don't touch me.
Your arrival here is a bad omen. Yes. It troubles me greatly.
Old one, there's more trouble ahead if you don't start making sense. Where is the Tree of Life?
Life? This world is dying, lad. Choking on chaos and corruption. We can do little to stop it. Soon, the great tree too shall perish, and with it, the last of my people. Is that not what brought you here, Pale Rider?
I seek the tree. Your chaos and corruption don't concern me.
Seems they do concern you.
There you are. There we go, come on. Oh shit.
You fight well, but this corruption can't be beaten with a blade. Seek out the Forged Sister. Ask her about the fire of the mountain. Help her, and she will help you reach the tree. As for me, I must return to my work.
Who
Who
are
are
you?
you to command a rider?
I am a maker, older than even the Charred Council. These hands have laid the foundations for many worlds, but that was long ago. And now, they but hardly know the touch of stone.
The Tree of Life.
Curious as to why I seek the tree.
I would not presume to question one of the four, but yes, tell me.
I must restore humanity to redeem war.
Heaven and hell battle upon the shattered earth. All creation trembles, and at the center of it all stands your brother.
He is innocent.
I never said he wasn't. The tree holds power over life and death. If you would resurrect humanity, then you are headed in the right direction. Be warned. A dark presence dwells now within the tree, and the path is barred by corruption.
And I love like how Death is just so sure that War is innocent of whatever he's charged with. Alright, got a skill point. Let's go ahead and see. Harbinger or Necromancer? I'll go ahead and go this one. This is one of my favorite ones to use. There we go. What loot do you have to give me? Just money. Now, where to...
I have to go alone.
I forgot what button you actually push. It's actually called Dust. He's your crow.
Dust? What do you see?
There we go. It's L3. And Dust actually really helps out, especially when you have no idea where to go. Especially in some of the later dungeon bosses. Or dungeon raids, I should say. I remember this guy.
The Reaper. It's about time you came. The Makers are dying, and our realm. We few are all that remain.
A warrior's life is never easy, old one.
Aye, not easy, but simple. I always saw my end with blade in hand, a field of enemy dead before me.
And what glorious end awaits you hiding behind these gates?
You cannot fight corruption, nor can you harm it. You can only kill those it has claimed. Every blow I strike against corruption is a blow against my own people. Muse on that, Ryder, before you mark me as a coward.
Here we go.
I can end your troubles, Maker.
Well, you're welcome to try. This blade is more ancient than you, Ryder. And taller to boot.
So this is one of the...
Take it. And you, down to size.
I'm surprised you've gotten this far. Had enough of old Bess?
See, this guy's tough to take down.
I'm surprised you've got...
See, like, as he is right now...
Surprised you've gotten this far.
But you see, I can barely do any damage to him as it is.
Come on! Show me what you've got!
Oh, God.
The battle is far from over!
God.
Had enough of old Bess, have we?
Well, you see what I mean? It's like... He's one of the types of, like, bosses you can fight over and over again. And, like, it'll be a bitch and a half to just beat him as I am right now. But later on, he'll be easy. And this was actually, like, a thing that THQ did back in the day. Where you could leave, like, stuff for other players. Like, different weapons, different sets of armor, and all kinds of good stuff.
Maker's beard. The rumors are true. A horseman in the Forge lands.
Hi, Merida.
My name's Alia, and that's my brother Valis. We are the keepers of this forge. Though I reckon that means less now than once it did.
This is a Maker's forge.
Nay, the Maker's forge is lost to us. Silenced by the hands of corruption. But in its depths we once crafted the dark towers of hell and the cities of heaven.
Now you make trinkets.
And you, one of the four, now seek the aid of the Makers? I guess we've all fallen from high places.
I came here seeking the tree, and your elder speaks of fire. What is it?
Aye, the fire of the mountain, the Stonefather's blood. It once flowed into our forge, as did the tears. Both imbued our craft with incredible power, the heart and the soul of stone. But corruption has taken them, and now our forge is silent.
Why does this concern me?
The way to the tree is lost, barred by corruption. You can no more leave this place than we. Restore our forge, and the tree can be reached.
I don't follow your reasoning.
We are makers, not warriors. But we are not without our weapons. Before the forge was lost, we crafted a mighty creature of soul and stone. A colossus to fight this corruption. But to awaken him requires a maker's key. And we need our forge to craft one.
Your brother is
Will you
quiet.
help us?
Man of no words, your brother.
But hardly silent. His voice is the ring of the hammer and the roar of the white flame.
Yes, he works while you talk.
Where do
What
I
is this
go? The
called?
cauldron.
A temple built in the shadow of Stonefather's Peak. There, the fire of the mountain was harnessed and passed into our forge. Ride east of town, ride through the charred pass, and towards the cindery peak of the Stonefather. There, You will find the...
I may have need of a blade.
Is your need greater than ours? We fight for the survival of our realm and our kin.
Alright. So we need one more. Gotta talk to this lady over here. She's like their magic wielder. It's kind of creepy how you can see Death's spine, you know, just because it's like a different color than the rest of his body. Sort of matches his hair in a way.
We've been awaiting your arrival, horseman. Your shadow has long hovered over this realm.
Many know the Reaper, Old One, but I don't know you.
We are the builders of this world, but corruption seethes at its heart and destroys in days what we shaped over eons. Adar does his best to soothe our pain, but our souls yearn for only one comfort: death. We are without hope.
Changing fate.
Do you ever doubt your future?
No.
So one like yourself would set out to change a fate that displeases him. That is a long and dangerous path, even for Death himself.
How is that your concern, Shaman?
Only that I am skilled at crafting talismans. If you gather the
What do you require?
Stalker's bone, mordant dew, and carve in stone.
Where can I find them?
Somewhere in the Forge lands. As you reap, I will sow. The same.
See what I mean about like all this stuff with the side quests and everything? You never really had this in Darksiders 1. It was always just go here, and fight everything in between. But this one, it really gives you a sense of like, you know what, you can go anywhere, finish any kind of mission, and still go back to the story mission. I forgot how many hours the, like, after everything will actually...
Horseman.
Do what you must for your kin, Old One. For mine, I ride to the cauldron.
Well, if you fancy your corruption waist deep, that's as good a place as any. You know, there's a reason this gate is here. And if you were a friend, I wouldn't let you pass. But then, who is friend to death?
Tell me the cauldron's sicket.
Or was it long since knocked loose in battle?
Wisdom ain't like teeth. I've plenty left. Enough to stay clear of the cauldron. The ancients filled it with right nasty traps. But one so clever.
Harvester's Revenge. Thane showed you a new move. Oh yeah, I remember that one.
The fire is more valuable than I. You should make haste to the temple.
That's not the whole story.
Won't save your realm. You speak of the Forge.
Aye. Without the fire and the tears of the mountain, without the forge itself, we have no means to clear the forest and reach the tree of life.
What then?
Our power is over creation, yours over death and despair. You are Nephilim.
Alright, let's go ahead and move on. Now, if I remember right, there are some hidden chests in this area. There's one, I think, up here. Actually, no, this just leads to where I was going to go anyway. Go and grab this. Now, where are ya? Again, it's been a while since this game's been out, so I don't remember 100% of everything where everything it was or is. So if I say there might be chests, I say it might. And then we can summon Despair, our horse, when we're out here.
This is no place for a horse.
Now they said to ride east. Like, I love this game just because look at all this. I think, how do I get my map out? There we go. So this is the forge. This is like the main area. But all this I can go to. Well, basically all the fjord, the Weeping Crag, and all this. And there's dungeons in them that you can explore. But you really have to level yourself up because they will fuck you up if you're not the right level. I spent like maybe about an hour when I first played this game trying to beat one of these at the Weeping Crag. Just because I didn't have the gear, or the gear I had wasn't it wasn't doing enough damage to the boss.
Locked.
Over here. Up we go.
Not enough, Ra.
There we go. And did you see those monsters that I was fighting, the corrupted? They actually had levels to them. Like, both of them were level 4. Down here is where you find like a... Let's see. Pick up that potion, and I'll pick up these. See, down here is where you actually go to find one of the dungeon raids. Alright. Better get back to the main mission. So I wonder what they're gonna do with Fury, because like this whole thing is that Death is doing this to prove War's innocence, which he is innocent of, you know, the crime of what he was being charged with, starting the apocalypse prematurely. That way I remember this. Volgrim.
Come closer. See what Volgrim has to offer. Greetings, horseman, and welcome. I've been expecting you.
Vulgrim. What brings you crawling out of the shadows?
I wouldn't want to lose my most valuable customer. Not to what lurks at the edge of shadows. So here I am, to offer my wares.
What do you know that I don't? I'm not here by choice, demon.
I merely followed the trail of carnage. Your blades are as sharp as ever. Even still, I may be able to help you. I carry things others would frown upon. Go on, take a look.
Alright, let's see what he's got.
Be disappointed.
So Volgrim was actually like one of...
Merchandise.
He's one of the demons that you got to like deal with in Darksiders 1. Let's go ahead and buy this thing. Ooh, a new hammer.
Another time, demon.
Until then, perhaps you'll grant me a small indulgence. There are pages missing from the Book of the Dead. I believe many lie along your path. If you bring them to me, your reward will be substantial.
And so will be my damnation.
Oh boy, these Book of the Dead chapters drove me insane trying to find all of them, so I gave up like halfway. Now, if I remember right, there's a couple of places here holding some loot that I can get. And in one of these places, you need like a special key, and you get really, really good loot. Okay, where are you? There we are. See what I mean? New size. This I actually need a gun for, and you actually get one later on after you complete this part of the game. Now where? There you are. If I remember right, I think there's like a giant or something here. Yeah, that is in one of the other parts of the game. But there was like a place where there was a... They needed to bring him some items. Don't even remember if he was in this part or one of the other parts. And here we are. Here's one of these places I was telling you about. That you just come riding along, and the next you know, you find like some loot.
Place for a horse.
Ooh, a new hammer. I'll take it. And then there's a lot more annoying enemies later on in this game. Ooh, hello. Alright, where do I go? There we go. Oh. Now I remember that he's like a rock giant, and you need to give him those blue things that you shoot down. And I think for every so often, for every certain number that you give him, he gives you like a special power up. Go up here. Up we go. Again, it's been a while, so I don't remember if, like, what's going to be good loot and what's going to be bad loot. But this looks like good loot. Oh, right, these are bucklers. Now I remember. So bucklers actually, they're a secondary type of weapon like the hammer, but they're more to be fast dealing than damage dealing. Although you can make them damage dealing. Especially with some of the later ones that you get. Let's see what's in here. More money. Some more loot up here.
This is no place for a horse.
And one thing I'm glad in this game is that you get your horse like right away. In the first one, you had to wait like forever to get your horse.
This is no place for a horse.
Ride, despair, ride. One thing I would lose my shit over is that if they put Red Dead Redemption 1 on this, on the PS4 or whatever, because it's like, I love Red Dead Redemption so much. There we go.
Tears be true. A rider has come to the realm.
Not another one.
You're the Nephilim, the one they call Death. How did you get here?
Took a wrong turn. It appears I'm stranded here with the rest of you.
If you seek the cauldron, you should know that it fell to corruption fair long ago. I can still feel the fire itself rumbling deep in the earth.
I'll take my chances.
All right.
Your shaman has offered me a talisman if I bring her the materials.
You'd be wise to accept then. Her craft is mighty powerful.
Where do I find Stalker's bone?
You'll find stalkers prowling the cauldron. Should be simple work if you make
favor.
an indication. Say, if you're headed in there, you mind doing something for me?
Yes, I mind. Aren't I doing enough already?
Perhaps, though it seems to me you're doing right enough for yourself. Our benefit being a fortunate side effect. Well, if it ain't much trouble, I left an old metal platter in there, with the image of 2 hammers scribed in the center. Not much to look at, but it was my journeyman piece. Last thing I ever forged.
A dish? You want me to bring you a dish?
Yes, well, it has sentimental value.
Alright, we're about to go into our first dungeon. But I'm going to leave that episode here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I can't wait to do more of this because I love this game. You know, it was one of my favorite RPGs, and it was done by THQ before, you know, they closed out. So, I'm going to end that episode here. I'll see you.